gentlemen, welcome to the Diz Idiots podcast episode, whatever, airing whenever. We're going to take you down the Nile River because, we're on the Jungle Cruise today. I'm going to be your first skipper, Dozer. Over there, we have my co-skipper, Bruce the Shark. And we're ready to go. We're going to pilot this boat. And, we're going to start off. We got some hot news, hot off the press, coming to us from the shack over there. And Shrunken Ned's bringing us the fact that there's some facial recognition rolling out in the Magic Kingdoms. I haven't actually read what park it's at because, that's intelligent. No, it's the Magic Kingdom. Woohoo! I
Makes
guess.
sense.
And it looks like we're using that instead of anything else to sign in to the park.
They've been doing it in other parks, and there's been talk of other parks overseas, not here, have done that before. But I understand it's actually very good results.
Yeah, and somehow it magically works with your mask on.
There's other characteristics. The bridge of your nose is very telling.
Unless your mask covers up most of that. But you have to take off your hats and sunglasses. They're too much.
Well, I mean, mask, hat, sunglasses, just saying, and we're robbing a train?
Please take off your hat and sunglasses. I can't see.
I guess. It's like the age-old, can you remove your belt, please? That's holding the whole operation together, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to take your belt off, your shoes off. Look, once these shoes come off, they ain't going back on.
Yeah. Shoes are coming off, belts coming off, glasses coming off. My pants are going to fall and I ain't moving.
You're going to have a wheezing guy sitting on your bench here going, I can't tie my shoe. Yeah. We're fun at airports.
That's why I wear slip-ons. Yeah.
Same. You know what I wear? I wear the official shoe of the Diz Idiots podcast, the Croc. Do not wear them to the park. They are horrible shoes for going around the park in. But for lounge,
it's not bad.
They cause some weird blisters, especially if they're newer.
They always got to, folks. You know what? PSA. I just talked about this before with another friend. Wear comfortable footwear. Break it in. Don't wear the brand new shoes. Don't wear the shoes you don't know. Also, I know this is going to sound very, very odd. Get your shoes wet and wear them around at home because it's Florida. When that random rainstorm comes and your shoes are soaked, now they're going to wear different. You're going to want to know how to walk, what to do. Do I have to bring backup footwear, change them, blah, blah, blah.
Today's fun fact of the day. Do you know, on average, how much you walk in Disney World on any given day?
A lot more than I walk at home.
13 miles, the average guest walk in a day.
I was going to say 12, so 13 makes sense.
You walk a half marathon every day, you are in Disney. And then you wonder why your feet hurt and you have blisters. Which, if you have some blisters, there are a couple things you need. And not enough people will tell you this. You need Vaseline. You know where to put that. And then you need some moleskin for your blisters.
Moleskin duct tape is, if you feel a hot spot, duct tape is universally acceptable. Also, for people like me, Gold Bond powder is the way to go. You got to have some of that.
Yeah, you just need to have these essentials. You're going 13 miles or 26 miles today. I ran a half marathon, then walked the parks and still managed to walk 13 miles in the park.
And if you're at Epcot, good luck. It's hot. That's like also things guests forget. Hydration is so important. You don't realize it. That's why a lot of times you see a kid actually even an adult having a bit of a temper tantrum, if you will. They're hungry and thirsty. Get them a snack and get them a drink. Get them a water, a Powerade, and a pretzel, and all of a sudden, they're going to be so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so much fun. There's so much to do. But it's just the little things. There's so many people, especially elderly people, that have the heat stroke during this. Especially during the summer, it's because you're forgetting you gotta drink. It's hot out. You sweat. You perspire.
You do, and when you're eating at Disney, when you're drinking at Disney, I highly recommend everybody get one of those Brita water bottles. They have a little filter in them to take out that nasty Florida water taste. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It tastes horrible. If you have never had Florida water, you're going to want a Florida water bottle.
I actually love the bottle. is the brand, the Bobble water bottle. They're replaceable filters. I love them. I recommend everybody getting a bottle to go to the park. I started doing it a couple years ago on my friend's recommendation. Awesome. There's plenty of water. And you don't have to go anywhere else. You can use the bathroom, restroom even, but there's water fountains all over the park. By every restroom, there's a water fountain. So, yeah. And because I know, listen, you've done it. We've all done it. You walk up and can I have a glass of water, please? Because I know water is free. They're going to give me a glass. Did they give you a glass of water? No. They give you a little nip of water. Like, what's that going to do for my eye? Are you not standing out here? You're standing next to a deep fat fryer. You know how hot it is. And that's going to hydrate me?
And half of that cup is ice.
Yeah.
Granted, in 30 seconds, it's no longer ice, but...
Still, I love it when they do that. Oh, yes, you can have this glass of water. I'm not going over to the hydration. I'm not going to go fill it with soda. I literally need this to live. Life-saving water. You don't want to see me pull. You don't want them coming and, oh, here's security. What's going on over there? Is something wrong? Somebody passed out. No, didn't have enough to drink.
Yeah.
To celebration we go, which is not a celebration.
Also, just something I noticed, and I so many parents worry about the sugar content their kids are getting in Disney, and I say don't worry about it. It's a treat. It's Disney World, and believe me, your kids are burning more calories than they ever have before.
It is. That's why one of my staples, Powerade and water. You need the sugar. You actually need some of that electrolyte. I know Powerade's full of sugar, and you shouldn't be drinking it, but Powerade and water, it really, if you're not going to get another snack, it really bursts you through. I have been many, many hot nights where I was trudging behind my group, having fun, but miserable. Because it doesn't matter, but it's too late. It's too late. It did not matter how much I put into my body. I couldn't get enough.
Yeah, you got to drink it. And, I remember standing in line. We were in Tomorrowland. We were at the Mickey's Premium ice cream cart there. And there's a kid. You could tell this kid is having a hunger temper tantrum. You know this temper tantrum. And he's having it. And the mom's in there, well, you could get the juice bar. You can't get the Mickey Premium. That's not healthy. Oh, shut up. Get him the Mickey Premium. Unless the kid's allergic to milk, get him the Mickey Premium.
Though I will say the juice bar is delicious. I actually sometimes opt for that. Those mini juice bars, the strawberry ones, those are good.
I never get them because I don't go to ice cream carts because I'm lactose intolerant, so...
Well, now you should try the fruit bars because they got the actual strawberries in them. Oh, they're the good kind. They're delicious.
I don't like strawberries.
I can't help you. Then go to Frontierland and do what I do. Get a Mickey shaped pretzel and a Coke.
I may do that.
That is another great snack to have.
But, you do that. But while we're talking about food, yeah, you can get your quick snacks around the park. But sometimes I like my meals to have a little character to them.
You like a little liveliness to your meals there, buddy?
Little liveliness. I like to meet a celebrity here and there. Meet a Lilo, meet a Stitch. And that's where the Disney character meal experiences come in. I don't know the full name. I think they probably throw experience on there now. They like to throw experience on everything.
The character dining experience, yes.
Yeah. So, they're all, and the fun thing is, they're all a little bit different. So, some people swear to go for breakfast, and at a lot of these places, it doesn't matter which one you go to, you're getting the same meal at breakfast. There's nothing unique to them.
There's only one that has a unique feature to it, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. And, you go for breakfast. You get your meal. You choose your place based off of your characters and what park you want to be at that day. But skip breakfast. Go for dinner. Go for lunch.
There's only one breakfast. I will advocate seeing the breakfast menu. And actually, all the menus. Garden Grill at Epcot, that breakfast looked amazing.
Okay.
And I'm a simple, pancake, waffle, I'm out the door kind of guy. With that, my family went there. I think they had lunch or dinner there, which was also a surprisingly good meal. The menu was amazing. But their breakfast looked, I forget what was on it. I looked over the menu. I was like, this looks amazing, and I want to go. I went to Garden Grill for lunch, and I'm like, I think I made the wrong call there. That breakfast actually looked damn good. But yes, other than that, I agree with Dozer here. Lunch and dinner is the way to go.
Yeah, and if you're going for dinner, most, if not all, the character meals in non-pandemic times, I believe they're almost all care to how much you care to enjoys.
Most of them are how all you care to enjoy kind of meals. It's just, you know why it's just easier than planning it and having them come over to your table. It makes it just easier with the characters because they're very popular. You come, you eat, you leave, rather than having, oh well, we're gonna table service, we're gonna wait. The characters haven't come. Minnie hasn't come to our table yet. Hey. Can be waiting 40 minutes. They need that table. So all you care to enjoy is really they do the characters move around. These characters are very busy, and we get that. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I will say also, when you're picking a character dining, don't just think you got to think not the type of meal. Think if there's a character you want to see, and maybe like Cape May Cafe. Yeah, it's breakfast, and you're absolutely right. It is kind of a generic breakfast, but they're wearing their beach gear, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely, and they all wear slightly different gear in just about anyone they're at.
They're all themed.
Yeah, and they travel quite quickly, some of them.
Very quickly. Listen, these are busy, busy characters, which before we continue brings me to another point. Actually, I was upstate, my family's lake house, at the grocery store up there. I overheard people talking about I can infer it was character dining, and dining with the characters is just too much money. It's too expensive. There's a premium price to it. You got to remember, you're not just paying for a meal. You're paying for characters, too. These characters are very, very busy. They have shows to be in. They have parks to see. They have guests to greet. They have movies to make. They're very busy individuals. They deserve a premium for it.
I don't know when Mickey sleeps.
He doesn't. Yeah, I've seen the bottle of Adderall in his pocket. He don't sleep.
That's fair. That's fair. I didn't think it was Adderall. But yeah. And, I think some of the best ones are the ones off the beaten path. Of course, at this point, everybody knows. Please say the name of the place in Norway.
Akershus.
That one as the alternative to Cinderella's royal table. Because you can't get a breakfast seat at Cinderella's royal table.
You really, honestly, Cinderella's is overrated. You know what's also an alternative to 1900 Park Fair? I know that only focusing on one, and there's other characters involved, but it's still the Princess Akershus. It's a great alternative. I've never been there myself, but booking it for guests when I worked there was always a good menu, and people had good feedback on it.
That's one you're happy it's just a standard American breakfast.
Yes.
The Norwegians aren't really known for food that the average American palate likes.
Herring. Again, I cannot stress this enough, breaking away for just a moment. Do not get the Aquavit. I made the mistake. Get the beer. You are welcome.
The Aquavit wasn't that bad. We were there together. We had it.
It was. He's lying. He doesn't remember.
I don't.
He was. Folks, remember, I do not like caraway. That's what it is. It's caraway scented, so it has a caraway taste. So therefore, if you like caraway, you're fine. Not good for me. But we're going to go back to breaking from that back to character meals.
So, when you're going for lunch or dinner, you're looking at the menus. You're trying to find one that has good characters and a unique experience. And I think the one that checks all these boxes is Tusker House. It's an Animal Kingdom. You have a palatable to the American palate meal, but it's a little more adventurous. You got a little bit of African flair in there.
It's delicious. Do not hesitate. Try Tusker. You will thank us. It is delicious.
And you know what Tusker House has that the others don't have? The buffet trays are physically smaller, which means that food is spending less time under those heat lamps.
That's big. That is huge.
And you realize that and you go, oh, I'm getting slightly less heat lamped food. That is a big bonus. I like that a lot. And I believe it's Donald, Goofy, and Chip, I think.
I believe so.
Maybe Mickey. But I think it's a Donald-led one.
It is not a Mickey-led one.
Okay.
It is a Donald one because it was But right before I started my college program at the Restaurantosaurus, that's where it was before moving to Tusker House, and it was Donald's Brontosaurus, whatever dinosaur themed thing it was. But yeah, it's Donald. It's absolutely Donald Land, or was. Who knows? It's been a while.
Yeah, Donald is kind of like the ducks are the unofficial characters of Dino Land. It makes no sense to me. But hey.
Scrooge is an explorer. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, but it was Donald before it was Scrooge.
Yeah, I'm aware. He's
but,
a relative. It's okay.
You go there, you get a good meal. You're in the park already. You get a little break. It's much easier to get a reservation at. And that's what makes things easy. You could walk up some days and get a reservation there. I do not recommend it, but you can.
If only. I do not like that 180 out thing, but what can you do? It's better than some others. Ohana! Chef Mickey.
Just to fully cover, Tusker House is Mickey, Donald, and Goofy dressed for a safari.
Oh, it is Mickey. Okay.
It is, yeah. It's the big three.
Because it used to be Mickey only appeared at Chef Mickey's. Then it became the Garden Grill, and now it's Tusker.
He spends a lot of time traveling.
Yeah.
I will say, Chef Mickey's has one of the largest array of characters, where it's Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Donald, and Goofy, all dressed as chefs. And I am learning things as I am reading through a list here. I know, another great episode where we're reading a list. But did you know there are 2 separate character selections for Cinderella's Royal Table?
I did know that, but don't ask me who. I did know there were 2 selections. Do not put me the test of who. I do not remember.
So there is Fairy Tale Dining, which is, I think, the more standard one you see.
Yes.
And that is Ariel, Cinderella, Aurora, Snow White, and Jasmine. And then there is the Signature Celebration. And this one is also a traditional non-buffet meal. And for that, you will have Cinderella, Ariel, Aurora, Snow White, Jasmine, and Prince Charming. Now, there's a rare character credit for you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see Prince Charming many places.
Basically outside of a party? Nope. And even then, it's rare.
Okay, I'm reading through this list here, and now this one's a little BS. They're calling Be Our Guest a character meal.
You're kidding me. Why? Because they're built in?
Well, you can meet Beast. Beast is always there.
Yes, he is. But I had lunch there.
I liked it. I had dinner there. I enjoyed it. That was the year it opened. It was quite good. I tried the gray stuff. It was delicious.
I haven't been able to get a reservation there. So yeah.
Look.
I got my family a reservation there, mind you. They got in there. Not me. I'm okay with that. There's other restaurants I'm more than happy to eat at. I love because actually one of my favorite character meals is at the Magic Kingdom.
Crystal Palace?
Crystal Palace. That buffet is delicious. And it's Winnie the Pooh and friends. And they're nice. I'm not a huge character fan, so everyone who knows me knows that. There's other character events I like better than that, but I actually just I go based off, I choose my character meals by my food, and I really like the Crystal Palace.
Okay,
Fun fact, it used to be Hollywood and Vine. I really liked Hollywood and Vine. Unfortunately, they changed the character meal to Disney Junior. And, well, since I'm not a junior in that sense, I have no idea who these people are, and it means nothing to me anyway.
So, it should be stated that they have 2 different sets of characters at Hollywood and Vine now.
They do?
Yes. So the Disney Junior Play and Dine is only for breakfast, at which meal you will meet Vampirina, Fancy Nancy, Doc McStuffins, and Roadster Goofy. So this is by far the breakfast for Arabella Ellen.
100%.
Because, yeah, those are her people. Fancy Nancy.
See, when I was last there, it was for Halloween dinner they did, and it was okay. And it was Goofy, Donald, Mickey, and Minnie in their Halloween costumes.
Yep. For lunch and dinner, it is Minnie's seasonal dine, lunch, and
Okay.
dinner. Typically, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy dressed seasonally.
Okay, so I did do that. Honestly, I gotta tell ya, the buffet changed from when I used to go, and it just was really not that great. It really wasn't. It was mediocre. I do not like seasonal character meals at all. For those reasons, I found even Disney drops the ball on them. I've had much better character dining experiences, even at 1900 Park Fair, which I went reluctantly and had a wonderful time.
Oh, for when I was a kid, 1900 Park Fair was my mom's favorite one.
Oh, that was it. That was the place to go. We had, when I first went there, we had dinner. No, it was breakfast there. But that was it. 1900 Park Fair was the place to meet the characters. They were all there.
And that is another one that has two separate sets of characters. Breakfast, the supercalifragilistic breakfast. Well, that tells you who it has. That has Mary Poppins, Alice, the Mad Hatter, Tigger, and Winnie the Pooh, which is quite an eclectic group.
They're all the English characters, obviously.
Yes.
But,
and then for dinner, it is Cinderella's Happily Ever After Dinner, which is Cinderella, Prince Charming, Lady Tremaine, Anastasia, and Drizella.
Yeah. That's what we did it. My friend really wanted to do that, and the group was going like, "Come on, come with us." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
As I'm just reading through this list, I think the one I want to go to on my next one, and I apologize to my Italian side, Trattoria al Forno. Yeah,
Trattoria al Forno.
Yeah, whatever.
How come I do that better than you?
Oh, because I don't do Italian well at all.
I'm not Italian.
But that is a traditional meal at the Boardwalk Resort where you can meet Ariel, Prince Eric, Rapunzel, and Flynn Rider.
That one is a rarity. I remember they pulled Flynn from the parks.
So, I like the parties at the parks for character meet and greets because, especially the Halloween party, if you're meeting a princess, you're also meeting the prince.
Guaranteed. Well, Flynn was in the parks back then. When I'm talking, the problem was the lines were ridiculous, and it was only because of Flynn Rider.
Yeah, because Flynn Rider's the Disney prince now. He has replaced Aladdin.
He is the go-to for a lot of people. I do agree with that. I'm trying to think of what other character meals I've done that I enjoyed greatly. Poor Lady Tremaine when we went to 1900 Park Fair. She so wanted to intimidate me, and I was so enjoying my meal. I just ignored her.
So, as I'm reading through these lists, and I really do wonder, there are 3 Disney princesses that are not at a character meal. One of them makes legit no sense. How on God's green earth do you not put Tiana at a character meal? The chef.
Okay, you know why? Because we don't have a restaurant for her yet. I will end up bet. Come on, Splash Mountain renovation, Tiana is going to have her own kitchen. Because, frankly, I want Tiana making me some beignets because I bet she has some banging beignets.
Yeah,
recipe, of course. I want her to gumbo, Daddy's gumbo.
And there's an entire meal dedicated to princesses in Norway that they could stick anybody into.
For a while, I thought they were, because sometimes I thought it was one of those subject to change things, so some princesses would just show up depending on their schedules. They're
all subject to change. So you could see anybody, but all these are who you typically see.
Yeah. Not anybody, but for the most part, you're going to see the same. It's like, when Meg makes a rare appearance in the park.
Yeah. I'm not surprised you're not going to see Mulan. And I'm also not entirely surprised that Merida does not make an appearance.
Those are hard ones.
Yeah. And I would like, for anybody who thinks I missed somebody out there, I would like to point out that Elsa and Anna are not Disney princesses.
Well, one is.
No, neither have the heading of Disney
A princess?
princess.
Well, Elsa's a queen, so.
Not anymore.
Oh, well, yeah.
She's a spirit and Anna's a queen.
That makes sense.
But that goes back to an earlier episode where we were talking about how, or it may not even be in an episode, but we were talking how they kind of establish canon as like their canonical being as kind of where the first movie starts of any Disney princess.
Yes.
Like Ariel is almost always canonically a mermaid. Obviously, for the park, she has her dress and gets up and walks, but if you see her in other media, she's a mermaid. The Beast is always the Beast. You never see him as Prince. We don't know his name, despite what some forums may tell you.
But despite being the handsome prince.
Yes. So, but Anna and Elsa, they are canonically at the end of the second movie. That is their canonical appearances now.
Which is fun. Listen, they're better off. I remember when Elsa and Anna first appeared, and they were quoting from their movie, and people were like, "Your movie's not out yet. We do not understand this." And then their wait times went from 0 to 500.
Yeah. And I've met them a couple times. They're nice. Well, I think I've met Elsa. I don't think I've met Anna.
I was once friends with Anna. Very good friends with Anna.
Uh-huh.
She was very nice.
Okay. And, I like meeting the characters. I like finding the odd characters you can meet. Even not at meals. Which, the Star Wars characters are a bit weird.
They are. Unfortunately, I'm not a character guy. Within reason, listen. There's always sometimes you'll find a random character I really want to meet, which happens occasionally. It's rare, but it happens.
So, in a random little side note here, so my last trip to Disney World with my dearly departed mother, we went to Ohana for breakfast, and we're having breakfast, and my mom's making jokes. Oh, Lilo's cute. I'm like, you realize she's 8. Like she was making jokes like, oh, you should hug Lilo. Like I'm like, she's 8. You know that. Well, actually, you don't know that. You've never seen Lilo and Stitch. But she's like 8.
She has to feed a peanut butter sandwich to Pudge because he controls the weather.
Yes. So, but I think this is a great place to have a great wrap up, and we'll just say, Bruce, what is your favorite meal and favorite place to have it in the character world land?
My favorite place for my favorite meal, 100%
Yes.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace for breakfast?
For breakfast?
No, I'm just saying, for what meal? You have to say what meal it is, too.
Oh, Crystal Palace for dinner. Oh, no,
Okay.
Crystal Palace for dinner. No, gotta go prime time, baby. Those, I gotta tell you, the buffet's great. The mashed potatoes. Remember, this is for character meals, folks. I have a completely different thoughts when it comes to all-you-can-enjoy dinners.
And that will come another day.
Yes, it will.
And for me, it is Tusker House for dinner as well. Because that food is so good. Their bread station is to die for.
It really is. Tusker House is phenomenal.
It is underrated and overlooked.
Literally.
Yes.
I bet most of the people who've been to the parks don't even know. They're like, Tusker House.
Yeah, that bar no one goes to, that's kind of on the path to Lion King now. Yeah, walk past it.
Don't go to Festival of Lion King, eat at Tusker House. You're welcome. I saved you.
Yes. But until next time, we're the Diz Idiots, and we are idiots, so you don't have to be. Have a great night.